good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around this beautiful, beautiful world. I hope you did hear the news that the Red Dot Speaker Star podcast is now every Tuesday. I moved it for Friday, so happy Tuesday today. And to all the Canadians watching it, happy Thanksgiving. I hope you're having an amazing time with your families. Stay with me because that's the maximum voice I can do. And put in the comments a yes if you can hear me well, because I'm not quite sure. I'm doing my best really to but I did prepare my headphones and I can absolutely plug them if you cannot hear me. So put in the comments if you can hear me or not, so I'll know if I should actually, I'll tell you what, I'll directly put them. So today we're talking about your checklist to hire coach. I'm doing really bad. Do apologize. Here we go. Your checklist to hire a TEDx coach. I've been sick for the past 4 days, but I put this topic quite a long time ago, and I wanted to do it. So even my voice is gone. Connie is saying yes, I can hear you. Gail is good morning from Canada. I can hear you. That's amazing. Happy Thanksgiving, Gail. I know, Connie, for you Thanksgiving will be next month, so that would be good. Great. Okay, let's dive deep. I don't know how long my voice is going to be, to be honest. First of all, what you need to know, when you hire a TEDx coach, majority of the people think that you only need a coach to help you to craft your script, right? Which is true. It's one of the many things what the coach is going to do. And the reason why today I'm giving you the checklist is because when you hire a TEDx coach, you really need to know what to expect before you get, and speak with the different coaches, regardless if that's with me or with any other amazing TEDx coaches around the world, as there are so many. So every TEDx journey has three phases, three steps on a very high level, I'm going to put it. It's the designing, indeed, the TEDx talk, the script, the delivering of the TEDx talk, and a step which not many people actually realize that it's part of your TEDx journey is the diffusing of your TEDx talk, okay? Gary is saying, for not feeling well, you look great. Thank you so much. Yeah, I usually just go very white. Hi from Lyon, France. Good afternoon, Martha. It's afternoon there. It's about, 2 p.m. in France right now. That's amazing. Thank you so much for coming and joining today. So I'm going to go through each of those high-level steps, the design, the deliver, and the diffuse. So you're going to know what questions to ask your future TEDx coach. But in a way, what I'm going to give you today is also a checklist as of for you to prepare mentally of your whole TEDx journey, of what to expect, because managing expectations before you do something is so important. It's in a way, it's like I'm going to deliver it in like less than 20 minutes, most probably, and then I'm going to open for questions. So put your questions in the comments straight away when you have any questions. But this is kind of like your checklist also. When you start preparing for TEDx, this is your checklist. Before I start, this is one thing I want to say. When you hire a TEDx coach, it's not like you have to have everything. For example, if I'm going to use Gail because I know you. Gail is an amazing storyteller. So if she goes to a TEDx coach and she says, like, take the storytelling out because I know how to do that, you can do that, of course. So I'm going to give you the full checklist, but totally feel free when you approach any kind of a TEDx coach to say, I'm good with that. I don't need this, but can we just like lower the coaching sessions, but I want to put this instead. So hope that I explained it very well. So In the design checklist, in the design phase, a TEDx coach is going to help you to tell your story and your wisdom in a powerful way. So when you write your script, the TEDx coach role is not to put words, their words in your mouth and their words in your script. It's a lot more to read the whole script and find a way to take the fluff out, because 18 minutes, 17 minutes is a very, very short period of time. I always say, like, do it in 10 minutes. It's a very short period of time. So the coach role is to not write your script. It's you writing the script, but the coach is the one taking everything that is not needed there and leaving it in a very powerful script with your story, with your wisdom there. I'm going to mention few TEDx coaches because they're absolutely amazing, and I know in person some of them. I've been following some of them. So Haley Foster, for example, she is the first ever TEDx coach in the world. I love her. Every time when I speak with Haley Foster, it's just like honestly, it's I have a lot of wow moments. She was hired by NASA at the time when, back in the days when no one knew what is TEDx and TED. TED approached NASA and they asked them to do TED talks from NASA stage. Basically, she was the one training all the NASA speakers to be on stage, because these are engineers and managers and technical people. They were not speakers, and she was the one basically, for me personally, like making possible TEDx to exist nowadays. So she's absolutely brilliant. Elaine Powell, she's amazing. She's based in UK. Elaine does, gosh, like super powerful group coaching sessions with people who wants to become TEDx speakers, and she crafts really powerful scripts. It's just unbelievable. Frank King, Frank is a former comedian. He's Go and follow him on LinkedIn. I mean, he's amazing, absolutely amazing with what he does, and obviously as a former comedian, he puts a lot of humor um, in everything what he does. Elliot Kay, I spoke with him a few times. Elliot is also brilliant. He works between UK and US as well. Minivon Malincrot Grant, her mentees are brilliant. Like one of them was Mahdis Garael. The TEDx talk was called "The Largest Untapped Pool of Talent in Business Women," and basically Mahdis had like 24,000 views in the first day of publishing. So that was a wow, I can tell you. Obviously myself as a TEDx coach. So there's so many powerful TEDx coaches which can really help you to craft a super powerful, again, super powerful wisdom and story for your TEDx talk. The second thing what a TEDx coach will do for you is to, part of the design checklist is to help you clarify your topic. A lot of people are, when you're on a very, very generic stage, the very beginning, some people are kind of between, like, I have my business topic and I have a personal topic. I don't know which one to choose. So a coach is going to ask you really good, relevant questions so you can choose which one to be. Sometimes I even have like people coming with 5 different topics because they want to do 5 different TEDx talks. That is great. That is amazing. And I always say, like, just do one, see how it goes, see if you like it. But let's choose the first one, because the first one is always, I don't know, the baby, and you always love the first one. I have a mentee he's going to be on stage now at end of October with his 5th TEDx talk, and he was very structured as of which topics of which TEDx talk number. Number 4, number 3. I was not his mentor in the first 2. He came with the third, his third TEDx talk. And I was actually surprised because I was like, oh my god, like the man had already 2 TEDx talks. Why he would hire another coach, basically, because he did have previous coaches, but he did, and that TEDx talk now has 260 or 270,000 views. So it's the third TEDx talk. The fourth one has 60 or 70,000, and now the fifth one is gonna be in US, and that was his dream. Anyway, TEDx coach is gonna also help you clarify your audience. This is so important. When you know your audience but very sharp, like don't put very broad audience, because that is so difficult. The coach is going to help you to narrow it, and it's so important because after this your script needs to speak that language of your audience. It's so vital for your success. If it's too broad audience, you're going to speak to everyone, which means you're going to speak to no one. The coach role is to help you clarify that audience, and then know when he or she is reading the script, they will know that you're speaking that language for that specific audience. In the design phase, another checklist in your list, what you need to write down. I hope you have a pen and a paper and you write them down, each one of those. Or you can take screenshots of my little banners at the bottom. That's why I wrote them. So the next one is that the coach is going to help you clarify your goal and expectations. This is also important because you can't have a TEDx hanging somewhere and not align with everything else what you do. I mean, that's the way how people are going to remember you, and they're going to associate you with this talk, right? But also, don't try to do everything else before you do your TEDx talk. Like, you need to find the balance in between. Yesterday, I was speaking with beautiful lady, Sudeshna. I hope you don't mind to mention your name. She works in the corporate world, and she's about to start extra own business, I would say. And she was like, "Oh my God, I need to record my video trainings. I want to teach people about this, and this. And once I finish with my video trainings, then I will do my TEDx." So my advice to her was actually the advice as a business owner, because as a TEDx coach, I am a business owner, and that was the advice what I would want to hear when I was at the beginning of my coaching business. And the advice was to not wait. So I gave her literally several steps. Put in the comments if you want to know what exactly I gave her, but it was basically a very quick action plan as of priority wise what needs to go first, and then TEDx, and then anything else, because you're not allowed to sell on TEDx. It doesn't matter really if her book or her video courses are out, because you cannot put any of those on your TEDx as something you're going to say, or in the description. That's not allowed. So yes, TEDx needs to be aligned, but you can't sell on TEDx, because that's not the idea of TEDx. TEDx is about you giving out your wisdom to the people out. Another element of the design phase where the TEDx coaches are going to help you is to help you clarify your message. And I'll tell you how I usually clarify. I personally, I don't know for the other TEDx coaches, but clarifying the message is usually to ask yourself the question: what is the one thing you want people to take away once they leave that room from your TEDx? After watching you on TEDx stage, or watching you after this on YouTube, what's that one thing? What people you want people to remember? That is your message, and you need to be very sharp, short, catchy on that one. Like people say, like at the end of their TEDx talk, they say like, "I remember this today," and then they start talking about like, I don't know, like 6 sentences, like 2 minutes talk. And every time when I listen to this, it's like I'm still not sure what is the message there. It's quite important to have very short a snap message. I can see the comments. I'm going to come in literally in a second, because the last one in the design checklist is to make sure that your script follows the TEDx rules and guidance. If you go on TED.com, you're going to open the two documents. Both of them are in PDF. One is called TEDx Rules, the other one is called TEDx Guidelines. TEDx Guidelines is specifically for TEDx speakers. Some coaches most probably going to just tell you, like, this is the, these are the rules, go and read them yourself. Some prefer not to basically give this, as people are so busy nowadays. So instead, like for example, for me, I read the script. I know if the script is according to the rules, and if it's outside the rules, I just put in the comments like, this is not allowed according to the rules, and this is outside the guidelines, etc. So before I jump on the deliver stage, I will just go through the questions. Gary is saying, your stuff, you're amazing in helping to clarify messages. That is definitely a superpower. Thank you so much, Gail. Like, honestly, like, I've got high fever at the moment, and time to time I'm kind of losing it, but I'm trying to concentrate as much as possible. Connie is saying yes to Gail. Oh, thank you so much, girls. You absolutely make my day. Okay, let's jump on the deliver phase, because this is phase 2, and the checklist here starts with teaching your public speaking skills. So every coach needs to explain to you body language, voice intonation, where you put poses, why you put the poses there, where you put emphasizing of specific words. So it's one way to say, like, and I did this, and this, which helped this, and this people, where the emphasis is on I, where it's very different when you say, when I did this and helped the audience, then the emphasis is on what you did instead of you. So it's very different message, very different. The audience is going to perceive your message in a very different way. TEDx is about you, but it's not for you. So very big difference. So it's going to tell you your story, but you need to tell your story without this I, me there. Otherwise, it's very difficult for people to listen. It's going to be like, oh my God, the ego of this person is way too big, right? This is where the public speaking skills comes in place, and you need to use them. Again, if you've already been on stages so many times and you have so many like really good public speaking skills, just ask your coach to take it off from your package, and then lower the teaching sessions, or like just say it. Like, don't be afraid to negotiate with coaches. And it's not negotiation because you don't want something. It's because you know your stuff, right? You know what you're good at, and therefore it's pointless for you to go to some kind of sessions. Another deliver checklist is to teach you how to practice your script in the best flow state. So I use a lot of neuroscience tips, basically what I learned from Dr. Joe Dispenza and from many other neuroscientists, like how the brain works. It always fascinates me, and I use them to basically explain to people how the brain is gonna learn a script. So usually, let me just give you high state. Uh, the brain usually learns first the sentences, then learns the sequence between the paragraphs, and then what happens is to completely mix and f up the sequence between the different paragraphs of a script, simply because it's very normal, because it's a new text for your brain, and your brain is trying to figure out like what is after what, the sequence. So it's very normal to your brain to be confused, to confuse the sequence. But once that's done, then you start adding the body language, the voice intonation, the emphasizing the words, the poses, and the last thing what you add is moving on stage. So you can't. This is what I call the best flow state. You can't expect from someone to have a script and then learn that script and then perform together with like okay, now I need to move left and now I need to move right, now I need to be in the center of the dot, etc. So that is very important. The next thing what also a coach is going to help you is to tell the TEDx rules of what you're allowed and not allowed to do on stage. The biggest one, what I want you to know today, is that you're not allowed to leave the red dot carpet, right? So the carpet is there because the cameras are fixed, and the moment when you leave that red dot, that's usually like 99% of all the TEDx organizers have that rule. If you leave that red dot, you're going to be outside the sides of the camera. That's why one of those rules is don't leave that stage. I'm gonna just stop here for a second. Martha is saying it's very clear. Thank you so much, Martha, for clarifying that. Is good to know. So the next one in your deliver checklist is to give you a very professional feedback. Let me tell you this, like every professional has a professional mentor. The reason why is because even we professional speakers, we need someone to hear our scripts, give us that professional feedback, so we know that we can shorten somewhere, we can extend somewhere, we can say something in a more powerful way, etc. So even the biggest speakers always have this either mentor or someone to listen quickly to their script and the way how they perform, give a feedback, and then the speaker can go away, take their time to redo the script, and they have another feedback. Even that is absolutely perfect and works really well. So just as a reminder for all of you who already has a lot of public speaking skills, so it's just one more thing what we do as giving each other feedback on the speech. And the last one in the deliver checklist is to prepare you for your TEDx day. Your TEDx day is not just like you going on TEDx and delivering your TEDx talk and off you go, right? It's a full day. Usually it's a full day or half a day event. You're going to hit a lot of people wanting to speak with you after you deliver your talk. You're going to have a lot of people who want to take pictures with you. You want to have as many pictures as possible on the stage of you outside your talk, like just posing, because trust me, like I'll give you an example with myself. When I speak on stage, somehow I always move my mouth like really, really weird way, and photographers, regardless how professional photographers I had in my life working with, they just like they struggle just because the way how I speak. So I have to take my time after this and like stand and just like smile and shut up basically. Right. So I can have like a proper picture, which is appropriate picture to get on any social media after this, etc. So every single element of your day matters after this for your positioning as a TEDx speaker, for what you do after this on social media. So it's a full day event, and you need to take the full advantage of that day. Now, the last phase was diffuse, and here's the checklist. It starts with crafting your personal social media pre-talk and post, pre-TEDx and post-TEDx strategies. for a very long time, I was talking about post TEDx strategies, and I think about 2 months ago, I actually started adding the pre TEDx strategies, like what kind of activities you need to have before you get on TEDx. Even the moment when you have that idea and you start working on your TEDx and you're looking for TEDx organizers, these are different strategies what you can use. But the post TEDx strategies are so important. It's like one of the, I don't know, like key number 3, I would say, because key number 1 is, I'm going to mention it in a second, as the last diffuse checklist element. And obviously the number 2 is a powerful wisdom, which is your talk. Now, another thing what your TEDx organizer, TEDx coach is going to help you with is to craft your personal social series strategies. What do I mean by social series is that there are very few automations. I'm going to call them automations, although they are automations at the end of the day. It's an action what you do once in your life, basically, and after this, that action goes to thousands of people every single day without you thinking about it, changing it, or the need to change it, etc. I'm going to give you an example. One of those social series strategies is in automations is to craft a very specific message and put that message with the URL link to your TEDx talk in your email signature. Like, think about like how many emails you send per day. So you do it only once. That's why I call it automations and I call it social series, because it's a series. Like, it's a snowball effect, right? And it's social because you literally speak to so many people every day through emails. In my case, with that example what I give you. But there are a few more automation strategies. What again you just do once, and they work after this forever, as long as you keep sending emails. In my case, with the example what I gave you. 2 more elements in the checklist. Diffuse checklist element is to craft an action plan. The action plan needs to be before your TEDx day, on your TEDx day, what to do, literally actions. The day after your TEDx day, the day when the TEDx talk is published on YouTube and 50 odd more platforms. In the first 48 hours when it's published, I'm sorry, in the first 2 weeks after it has been published, and in the first month after it's publishing, it has been published. So there are specific action plans, and you ask your coach to help you with this action plan, because what I found with all my mentees is that if I've got such kind of a very crafted individual action plan, then the person knows what is happening when it's happening, and you don't have to figure out things on the go, right? You can prepare it well in advance. And I'm going to give you an example. Something what you need to know is that once you deliver your TEDx talk, it's going to take about 3 to 4 weeks for the TEDx organizers to edit the video, to add the pre-roll, the post-roll, which is basically the ads, the beginning and the end of the video. Those 3 to 4 weeks is a time when you need to start preparing and writing all the messages, the emails, everything from the social media post TEDx strategies. So these are 4 weeks where you're going to be super busy to actually crafting every single message when you diffuse. So the moment when, like 4 weeks later, for example, your TEDx talk is published, now you know, like, you just copy and paste all your messages. You don't figure it out and right now start writing like, oh my God, what I'm going to send to my friends, because your messages to your friends going to be very different from the messages you send to your colleagues. That message is going to be even different from messages what you send to former colleagues or people you just know. Like they're not like close friends, they're just people you know, but you still want them to jump in and they have the chance to watch your TEDx talk. So um, each of those messages needs to be crafted in that time when your video is editing and you're still waiting for to be published, instead of like on the day when it's published, like, oh my god, what I need to do right now. Okay, so this is so important to have that action plan. So your coach will help you with to do that. And the last one, but so important, I always keep the most important for the last, to create for you a very special digital data that goes together with your TEDx video. So the key for you to get huge visibility, meaning to have people who never heard of your name, they don't know you, they never seen you, but they're so into the topic what you're speaking about. They're super interested, or they kind of like they was browsing on Google or browsing on YouTube, and looking for your topic. Then how do you think that Google or YouTube is showing different TEDx talk as the answers? It is with the digital data what someone put together with the TEDx talk as with the video. So this digital data is basically a very, very catchy title. There's 7 elements here. So it's a very super catchy title. It's the hashtags, the 3 hashtags. Don't put more than 3 hashtags. That's waste of a hashtag. 3 hashtags, 6 tags, 1 topic. In YouTube is called category. On the TED Media Uploader is called topic. The file name. So each of those digital data, I call it digital data because it is digital data. They're so important. Like the 6 tags, for example, the keywords, and those keywords attached to your video is exactly what drives that traffic towards your video. So hope all that was clear, and you got a lot out of it. It's 32 minutes. I didn't mean to be that long, actually. I'm surprised that I still can speak. Okay, so put any comments right now. I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay for a little bit. I'm gonna turn off my mic. Okay, I need to unmute myself. Any questions? Put them in the comments below so I can answer them. Otherwise, I'm gonna go back in bed. Martha is saying thank you so much. You're so welcome, Martha. Let me know what is the topic. Like, did you do a TEDx talk? You're about to do which phase of the TEDx journey you are on right now? What is your topic? As you said that you're journeying from France. France has amazing TEDx events, I have to say. I lived in Nice for 2 years, in Monaco for 4 years before that. It was amazing. I love it. And you live in Lyon, and I only passed a few times through Lyon. It's amazing, amazing city. As I'm waiting for any kind of questions, did you know, for example, as Martha is from Lyon, did you know that you can go to Lyon? They have a huge river. Don't ask me what's the name of the river. I do apologize. You can go on the top of the river, and then higher inflatable, how you call them? Oh my god, that's what I heard from one of my best friends. She lives in Paris, and she went to Lyon to do that. So you can buy one of the inflatables, how it like swimming, I don't know, like donuts. swimming donuts. You can put like your phone, keys, money, everything in the inside the inflating donut. You can jump on it, have like buy like a glass or bottle of rosé, and then just literally swim down the river, and you have like points to get off the river. I love that. Like I really want to try that. Ron, yes, that is river Ron. I love it, Martha. I'm slightly jealous, but that is literally, I know that people have like serious bucket list. That is in my bucket list to go to have the inflatable donut and basically have that experience. Although I don't drink alcohol. I want to do one. My topic is improve the VIP customer service with motivation. I love that. VIP customer service. I never heard a TEDx talk on that topic. Actually, I have to admit. Wow, amazing! I love that. So go for it. Absolutely go for it, Martha. It's like like I watch quite a lot of TEDx talk, but I can tell you there is no TED talk on VIP customer service and improving it and motivating people to do VIP customer service. Okay, I don't see more comments or questions. Thank you so much for joining. Every Tuesday, as I said, the beginning, I moved. There is one more question. Okay, I moved the Red Dot Speaker Start podcast on Tuesdays instead of Fridays. So please join me every Tuesday, 1 p.m. UK time. How to apply to a TEDx in France? They're all blocked, as I know, but also in Spanish and Spanish. Okay, so let's see if I can find that. I didn't know they're blocked. I'm not quite sure what that means, to be honest. Blocked. I didn't hear anything from any colleagues that France blocked TED talks, like TEDx events. Regardless if it's France or Spain, okay. Let me see if I can find. Um, okay, so if you go to www.tobeaspeaker.com/apply for TED, let me just be a speaker. I'm gonna put the link. I'm gonna put the link straight on the thing, but okay, I can't put that link right now. But Martha, I recorded totally free, so don't worry about that. It's a 40 minutes training, what I recorded on how to apply for TEDx, and explains, regardless which country it is. Please go and watch it. It's split on small sections, and it's gonna give you also, the reason why I'm giving it to you is because it gives the most common mistakes what people do when they apply for TEDx. Because there are like 11 mistakes what people are doing. It's just unbelievable. So I don't want you to fall into those kind of mistakes, and usually they kind of like time wasters, I have to say. So one thing I want you to know is to apply for like at least 10 TEDx organizers, because usually it takes quite a long time. Like when I say quite a long time, like it might take like 2 to 3 weeks for TEDx organizers to reply on your messages, right? So be consistent. If I can say one thing, that would be like be consistent on the applications. If any of the TEDx organizers did block indeed, and they decided not to do TEDx events, the moment when you start speaking with one TEDx organizer, and in France, and they say, oh, right now we don't do TEDx events. Ask them if this is relevant for all the TEDx events, because I doubt, honestly, and I'll tell you why. Because majority of the TEDx organizers are fully independent. That's why it's the X for TEDx, fully independent organizers. So if few of them decided that they don't want to do events right now for whatever reasons, there are many reasons, the rest might basically decide to do them. And also, one thing I want you to know, like some of the organizers are gonna do, because, like, like, I don't know if there are lockdowns happening right now in France or anywhere around the world, but some of the TEDx organizers moved to be without any audience. So it's going to be just like a recording studio. If you don't feel, you don't want to have audience and you don't feel right to present in front of audience for many reasons. Some of them will have very small audiences. Some of them will have like up to 100 people, depending on their license. So once you start speaking with one of the TEDx organizers in France, just ask them if whatever they're doing, if they know it's for everyone else. So again, they're fully independent. Each of them have a license and they do it the way they want to do it. So I hope that helped. Any kind of, for all of you watching on the replay right now, put all your questions in the comments below. I'm going to answer them offline. You cannot apply, they have to contact you directly. That's what they told me. Okay, so when you watch the video, it explains basically how to find those contacts, right? And it's literally like step by step how to find them and what to do. And I gave 2 templates of text, depending if you want to send an email, one template, or a social media message like LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook message. So those 2 templates are in the in the course, and you can, like, I put them at the bottom so you can copy and paste them, so you don't discover the hot water again. So what the video explains is how to contact them, so they can send you back how you can apply specifically for the event. It just gives you step by step. So yeah, it will be very useful. You're so welcome, Martha. So happy to have you here. Okay, I'm gonna close the live. I'm wishing you a lot of love and a lot of energy wherever you are around this beautiful, beautiful world. I'm gonna see you next Tuesday. This Thursday, sorry, before I close that room, this Thursday I'm doing for first time ever a LinkedIn audio. So join me. Oh my God, on Thursday. Give me a second. Oh my God. Join me on Thursday at 6 p.m. UK time, which is 1 p.m. ET, East Coast in America, 10 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Central time, and 6 p.m. UK time. Join me on LinkedIn, because I'm going to do a LinkedIn audio room, which basically means that whatever questions you've got, you can come on stage and ask them and have directly a chat with me, because this is more of like you putting comments and all your questions in the comments, where on the LinkedIn audio room you can totally come in and we can have a totally chat, so I can serve you best. Okay, sending you again a lot of love and a lot of energy. Stay happy and smiley. And I'm gonna see you on Thursday in the audio room.